Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the ending of Pokemon Sun and Moon. But ladies and gentlemen, I just have to say that this ending was pretty great. It honestly was one of my favorite endings of all time. That ending made me kind of tear up a little bit. I'm just like, oh my gosh, even with Mimikyu, Team Rocket, everybody had like their own moment in this episode, and that's why I just like, I liked it so much. Like, the fact that Team Rocket, instead of handing them over HQ, they decided to leave them at Alola and call, Alola their second branch, and that was just so pure to me. And seeing Mimikyu like all depressed after seeing his own face in the water, after fighting Pikachu, like, I felt so bad for him, and Meowth was walking with him, and he looked so depressed, and oh my gosh, I was so sad for Mimikyu. Like, every part of this episode just made me depressed, pretty much. I was just so sad. I'm like, we're probably gonna see them next series, and we'll probably see them probably towards the end, I'm guessing, is when Ash will travel to Alola, is probably towards the end, and that's where he'll meet all of them again. They'll all like show up again. Even seeing Mallow time and time again saying goodbye to every single companion, because she's the only one that's staying home, and working at her cafeteria or whatever, her cafe, her restaurant. So seeing her face as she looks so sad throughout the entire episode, and even when Shaman left. I don't want Shaman to leave, but they had her leave, I guess, as some sort of symbolism for her mother, like going up into heaven and and leaving the family and whatnot. Because if you saw Shaman's eyes, they're different from all the other Shaman. Mallow's Shaman could have been like a female one, whereas the other ones were maybe male, and maybe that's why her eyes are different. But I think a lot of people are saying that it resembles her mother's eyes or whatever, so it's like as if her mother was always with her throughout this whole time. Mallow is appreciating the fact that she's always there, despite her being dead, essentially. So, like, Sun and Moon really, touching, not only, death, but even life, So, that brings me into my next thing, which is freaking Professor Burnet, right, and Professor Kukui. They have a huge, like, sad moment. Like, Burnet made me start to tear up. Like, I'm like, why are you crying? Don't cry. Like as he's going away, because I feel like Kukui should have cried more. I don't know. I felt like Kukui was more closer to Ash than she was, but I guess she's in a way close to him, so she starts crying, and then I'm like, oh, stop, don't, no, I'm gonna make me cry. And then the final scene with the two of them, Burnet's actually pregnant. So not Ash, but Kukui and Professor Burnet, they're having a baby, like an actual child. So Ash was their child up until now, pretty much, right? But now they're actually having their own real child, right? And that was kind of a shocker too. Like, wait, what? So I'm gonna guess that maybe Ash will come back into Alola and see the newborn baby, like an Pokemon anime baby. It'd be kind of cool if, like, Professor Burnet births this new child and before Ash comes back. But then everyone's gonna be like, okay, how old is Ash now? Like, right? Like, because it usually takes several months for a baby to grow in the womb and whatnot. So, that's going to be quite interesting when Ash returns. Besides that, we also had Lillie's goodbye, which was pretty unique in its own way. Everyone originally didn't think Ash was going to leave. They thought he was just going to go on vacation and come back, but Ash made that clear that he wasn't going to come back, but he didn't say that until almost like the last minute. But when Lillie said goodbye, she was particularly puzzled with saying goodbye to Ash. She was very concerned and, almost struggling to say goodbye to him specifically. And maybe that's because she felt like she wasn't ever going to see him again, of course, but I remember making this joke that she was going to, like, confess her love to him or something, like Serena did, when she ran to the edge of the boat and screamed to him. And that's what she almost did that. She ran to the edge of the boat, and it was about him. Originally, I didn't think it was about him. I thought she was just saying goodbye to everybody, but she was actually, shouting out to Ash, and she was basically telling him that she's happy that she met him, which was really cute and was really wholesome, and that she basically said that, you helped me get over my fear of Pokemon, yada yada, this, that, and whatnot. So it was close. I was almost on the right track. I almost got it down, but she was just saying goodbye to him and thanking him for the impact that he has had on her, and she kind of knows that she probably won't ever see him again, or at least for a really, really long time. So she kind of struggled to say goodbye to him in particular. But oh, and also finally we also had Rotom, who I thought was gonna go with Ash, to become his little phone in the next series. What is it gonna be, a different Rotom then? Because Rotom's staying here at Ether Paradise. Unless Ash is gonna go to Alola first. You know what I mean? Huh, kind of interesting. And this is, maybe it's just a different Rotom, but I would want it to be the same one, you know what I mean? But I thought it was also really cool that even Rotom had like a huge, goal, a huge dream, kind of an amazing thing happened to him at the end, where he now not only works for Ether Paradise with the Ether Foundation, but he is now going to become like the best Pokedex, like the greatest Pokemon database known to man or whatever. Like that's now his goal. He's going to be like the living embodiment of like the best index for Pokemon, the best, the guy with the best information, the most information, the smartest one about Pokemon. So good thing for him too. But I honestly did think he was going to be in the next series. Also, I think one of the most craziest things that happened in this finale was Solgaleo. Not only did he show up, sad that he's not going to be the magnificent beast that Ash will ride on throughout every generation. It looks like that's going to be Lugia, but it's nice for him to say goodbye to Ash as well. But they actually went on an adventure overnight to another dimension, another Ultra Wormhole, and found a new Ultra Beast. I wonder if they're ever going to implement that later on in either the games or the show, about what exact Ultra Beast Ash met, what exactly went down, but apparently Ash saved the world from this Ultra Beast. If I missed anything else, you guys could post it in the comments section below about all the goodbyes, but all of them were awesome and wholesome, and even Beware somehow knew where Kanto was by throwing Team Rocket into the air, but hugged them warmthfully and compassionately before they said goodbye. But then he just chucked them into the air towards Kanto, I guess. And Team Rocket, I guess, has to return to HQ, but with what results, though? They're returning to HQ without anything in hand. Even James actually returned his Z ring. He actually placed his Z ring with his Pokemon. And so it looks like Team Rocket's not going to have the Z ring, but I think Ash still has a Z ring though. Overall, I say the ending of Sun and Moon is by far the best ending out of any series whatsoever. It is like the final one from Ash's huge journey from Kanto all the way to Alola. Time and time again, he's fighting all these Pokemon leagues, but he finally achieved the goal that he was going after in all these regions. And that primarily, directly, was to become the League Pokemon Champion, right? Of course, overall, the big goal is to become a Pokemon Master, but the first step in his mind that he needs to get is to become a Pokemon League Champion. And so he's been trying that for years, for seasons and for series, and it's just, he finally did it. And so now that's that whole journey from Kanto to, Alola, and I almost want to consider that this is kind of like a new start to another journey, to another part in his life where he's going to improve in a different way. So now that he doesn't need to become a Pokemon League champion anymore, now he's going to achieve another step in the direction to become the greatest Pokemon trainer ever. He's going to do something else. He's going to focus on something else. And right now, we know that's expanding his worldview. Traveling around the world, meeting different people, different Pokemon, and all of that. And I'm going to make a separate video talking about more information that we've received about Go, as well as some other information about the first upcoming episodes and what it's all going to be about. So ladies and gentlemen, be in tune for that. But I love your faces. Thanks Sun and Moon for having a fantastic ending. It was, in the end, a beautiful series, even though the middle part was kind of boring. In the end, it was a great series, and I really appreciate them ending it with a bang, and for changing things up and to giving Ash his dreams finally, and to have all these other things happen, and the ending, even the goodbye, was one of the best goodbyes ever. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one as well. We're going to journey through it together like we did XYZ, Sun and Moon. Now we're going to Sword and Shield. Well, not really Sword and Shield, you know, but the new Pokemon 2019. Because this is a new journey for Ash, a new goal, essentially. So it isn't the same. It's not Kanto through Kalos. Now it's every place in the world, but for a different purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I love your faces. Can't wait to see you in the next one. And peace off. Thank you very much.